שלום לכולם וברוכים הבאים לסרטון נוסף של language stuff. אני עדיין לומד עברית ואני עדיין נהנה מזה. And that means, hello everyone, welcome to another video of language stuff. I'm still learning Hebrew and I'm still enjoying it. The first sentence I said there was similar to what I said in my last video, just a little bit shorter version. So I saw the guy from the channel Piece of Hebrew say it. So I learned exactly what he said, what each word meant, and I put it together and figured out how to say it. And the second sentence I had to work out on my own. So I already knew how to say, for example, I'm learning Hebrew. Ani lomed עברית. So in this case, I had to learn how to say still, like I'm still learning Hebrew. And still is עדיין. So Ani עדיין lomed עברית. I'm still learning Hebrew. And the second part of that was Ani נהנה מזה, which is I enjoy it, or I am enjoying it. And something interesting there is, I guess when you're in Hebrew, when you're saying I enjoy something, like I enjoy cats or I enjoy food, whatever that thing is that you enjoy, turns out you have to put a prefix on the front of that, which is the letter, it makes an M sound, mem, I think is the letter in Hebrew. So that's why I said mize. Ani nehene mize. The word for it or this is ze, but I had to say mize. I guess it's just some grammar point, but I'll talk about prefixes in just a second. So that's one prefix that I learned. So I'm going to talk about what I learned in the past week doing my Hebrew studies. First of all, and I've got some notes here, I'm going to try to stay on track instead of just ramble. I've been doing Pimsleur, like I mentioned, so I'm 7 units in on Pimsleur. So one of the main things I learned since my last video was how to say that I want to do something, like I want to eat, or I want to drink, or I want to drink something, or I want to drink some water, or something, whatever that is. And it's real simple. All you do is just conjugate the verb want. So in my case, I'm speaking, I would say, Ani רוצה. Ani רוצה. That means I want. And all I got to do is just know the infinitive of the next word, in this case, to eat. And then I just simply say I want, and then say the infinitive. So, Ani רוצה לאכול. I want to eat. Ani רוצה לשתות. I want to drink. So as long as I know the infinitive, I can say I want to do anything. So learning the infinitives will be a little tricky because looking at a conjugated verb, for me right now, I can't just look at it and just immediately know what the infinitive is. And I found out that conjugation in Hebrew is really based on the gender and the number. So the number, whether it's singular or plural, and whether it's masculine or feminine. So there's two genders in Hebrew, masculine and feminine, just like in Spanish or French or something like that. So, in German there's 3 genders, so already it's easier. It's just, for me right now, there's no easy way to figure out what gender a noun is. So that'll be something I have to look up. So anyway, that's one thing I learned in Pimsleur. I want to eat something. Which something, by the way, is mashihu. So, ani רוצה לאכול mashihu. I want to eat something. Ani רוצה לשתות mashihu. I want to drink something. Ani רוצה לשתות קצת מים. I want to drink some water. So, it's just something good that I've learned in the last week. Because that'll be something I say all the time. I want to do this, I want to do that. Also in Pimsleur, I learned how to say like where or what time, not what time, but when. When do you want to do this thing? Or when do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? Stuff like that. So where is איפה? If I'm talking to my wife, I would say איפה רוצה לאכול? Where do you want to eat? איפה רוצה לאכול? And I can say, what do you want to eat? Oh no, wait, you see I messed up already. So I've been doing that in Hebrew. I don't know why. I'm leaving out the word for I or for you or for she. I'm just conjugating the verb, and that's wrong. So let me backtrack. So what I would say to my wife, where do you want to eat? I would say, איפה את רוצה לאכול? איפה את רוצה לאכול? And what do you want to eat? It would be, מה את רוצה לאכול? מה את רוצה לאכול? When do you want to eat? Would be, מתי? מתי את רוצה לאכול? מתי is when you're asking a question. So that's something else I learned. Those are real good things to know. Now jumping back into prefixes, all right? I mentioned the prefix, the letter mem. There's several prefixes in Hebrew. Mem is one. like I said, mise, which means basically from it. The mem means from. And there's two other prefixes I learned. One is, what's the name of the letter? Lamed, it makes the L sound. That means to. And then there's the prefix bet, which is the letter bet, which makes a B sound, which means at. So I had to learn some prefixes. That's something else I learned. There's more things I learned on Pimsleur than that, but those are the main things I learned. Duolingo, I'm just learning some vocabulary on Duolingo. I really don't like the way Duolingo kind of makes you have to learn vocabulary you don't want to learn. Like, for example, I never understood why they put animals. Like, I have to learn all these names of animals. Like, in English, I don't talk about donkeys. So why would I need to talk about donkeys in Hebrew? I'm having to learn all these animal names that I'm not going to talk about. Seems to me like the Duolingo tree needs to be broken up into two parts. You get the main tree, which teaches you the basics of the language and how to say phrases that would actually be used in the day. And then they have a side vocabulary tree. So if you want to expand your vocabulary, here's this side tree that's optional. You can learn animals, you can learn colors, you can clothing and all this stuff. It's not mandatory for you to do this one. You can still go through the tree and finish it, but if you really want to build your vocabulary, you can do this other side tree that's optional. But right now I'm at the point where I'm having to learn animal names, and I'm really thinking about backing off of the Duolingo tree because I got Colloquial Hebrew by Routledge. So I'm thinking about taking more of a book approach to Hebrew just to try something new. So I'm going to be probably learning how to write Hebrew. I've already learned how to write the word Esperanto in Hebrew, which script Hebrew looks totally different than the normal Hebrew you see on a computer. It's like some of the letters look completely different. So I got to learn all that. But I'm going to be going through this book just to get more of the basics down. And I'll update you on where I'm at in this book too. So far, I've just been through the first chapter, which is learning the pronunciation and the alphabet. I already learned that on Duolingo, which that part of the Duolingo course was really good, learning the letters. I learned how to say a lot of words and some basic sentences to learn how to, to see and understand what the letters mean. So I just skimmed through the first chapter. I know most of the words they use already, so I'm learning how to read better, and that's that. So the one thing I will mention in addition to this is there's an app called Pealim. Now, I heard about the website from the channel Piece of Hebrew, pealim.com, and I looked it up. Pealim just simply means verbs. So you can, and it's a dictionary too. So on the website you can type in a word and it'll tell you how to say it, and also it'll give you the conjugation of all the verbs and every tense and stuff like that. So that's been really helpful. Well, I found out there was an app, and the app's $10, but in my opinion, it's worth it just to have quick access to that. I don't have to open up a browser. It's not as expansive as the website so far, but it's really good. I would really encourage you, if you're learning Hebrew, Pealim. And I learned about that from Piece of Hebrew. So thanks, Piece of Hebrew. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week. I'll try to get back with you. It may not be every single week on the dot, but I'm going to try to keep up with my Hebrew studies and giving you updates on where I'm at. So that's going to do it for today. I think that's all I have to talk about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.